What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the Undisputed Championship of the world. In this case, the Heavyweight Undisputed Championship of the world, and the importance of it all. Okay. People have been sending me messages back and forth, and they've asked me how do I feel about Tyson Fury taking a tune-up, Anthony Joshua dropping the WBO belt just to fight Tyson Fury. And this is what I have to counterpunch with, okay? I'm going to answer everyone's question by simply breaking it down. First of all, people, the Undisputed Championship of the world means no one can dispute you being a champion, because there's no other champions. Okay? No other champions besides an undisputed champion means no one can dispute you. No one can say, well, hey, that's a real champion over there, and you're just another champion. There is no other champion when you're undisputed champion. Let that sink in. As opposed to a person with one belt. Right now, Tyson Fury, he holds the WBC. And he has got out of his obligations to fight Deontay Wilder for the third fight. Okay. So right now they're looking for a stay busy opponent for him to fight in the UK. Which, nothing really wrong with that, except what Tyson Fury expects Anthony Joshua to do in order to fight him. I'm against Joshua dropping that belt, the WBO belt, just to fight Fury. Why? Because Anthony Joshua's main goal was to become undisputed, meaning no one can dispute him as a champion. He has every belt of the sanctioning body, and he holds them all at the same time. So for him to give up fighting Usyk to fight Tyson Fury, I say no. Why? Because it's not Anthony Joshua's fault that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had a contract with loopholes in it. If you ask me, Tyson Fury should fight someone on the level. It shouldn't be Anthony Joshua all the time. Anthony Joshua is always the guy that's fighting someone that no other fighter has fought. Think about it. Andy Ruiz upset Anthony Joshua because Andy Ruiz was a guy that he was a sleeping giant in the heavyweight division, and now we know who he is. He became the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Why? Because Anthony Joshua wanted an opponent worth a damn, and he got one, right? And he got caught by surprise, got caught just like anybody else could have, and the rest is history. Sure, he got them back, but he still lost because he was fighting tough opponents. He wasn't fighting a guy that appeared to be good or a guy that just to stay busy or whatever, like some people do. He was fighting the best. And for the record, if Anthony Joshua loses to Kubrat Pulev, that means he was fighting the people that he's supposed to fight. He was doing what was right in the heavyweight division by obeying and satisfying your mandatories, fighting your mandatories. So if Joshua loses, it just shows you that Joshua lost doing the right thing. Just like Dillian White, fighting the toughest opponents that he could possibly fight at the time. Sometimes you pay for it, because that's what happens when you fight people that are worth a damn instead of fighting pick fights. I never gave a damn about pick fights. Okay, never gave a damn about it. So you will have fighters like Tyson Fury, like Deontay Wilder, will then come out of hiding and start talking a gang of shit about how bad or how overhyped Joshua was. But those guys haven't fought Andy Ruiz, none of them. And those guys have never fought Kubrat Pulev either, none of them. Okay, so let that sink in. And a person with one belt is a person that you can dispute. Why? Because he doesn't have all of them. Okay? He's just a champion. He's a person that you can always dispute him being a champion because he only has one of those belts. That's the significance of it. Even though Tyson Fury is a former unified champion himself, he never defended it, for one. And now that we look at everything in hindsight, if he's not fighting Wilder, is he really successfully defending the WBC by taking a pick'em fight? Not really. You know what I mean? Not really, because I mean, those guys, if you just pick a guy to keep you busy, there's really no real challenge for you. And how can really someone justify you actually defending the belt if you're picking a fight? Now, if you fight somebody like F.A. Jogba, or better yet, Oscar Rivas, then you would actually be defending something because there's actually some type of resistance there with that particular opponent. But if you pick someone like Caballero, somebody I never heard of, you won't get that credit. So, Undisputed is much needed with these two. And if it takes a couple fights, if they fight this time next year, in order for Anthony Joshua to get everybody out of the way, if he can get them out of the way, then we'll see an undisputed fight. But just for the sake of these guys doing this, that, and the other, just because they're both from the UK, I could care less. Because if you're consistent with your desires, if Anthony Joshua is consistent with his desires, he would want to satisfy his mandatories because he had damn near every belt except one. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.